Hello everybody, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And now we have Battle Report 130.
130.
Which is the third and final game of the doubles tournament at the Cornerhammer GT.
Mm-hmm.
Orcs and Goblins and Equitaine versus the Vampire Covenant, spelled correctly, and Dread Elves.
Dread Elves, huh. Okay.
Vampires were a popular...
Well, when you don't have a BSB, it's...
it's the army that suffers the least from not having a BSB.
It's a good idea to have some unbreakable armies.
Yes. We, of course, didn't take that into consideration.
Yes.
And I want to know... you can pause and look at the army list that we used if you'd like. We already talked about them in the first one. I want none of the bad credit for this army composition to go towards my partner. I did both army lists.
Oh, did you?
I did. So
wow.
I am to blame.
As it should be.
So yeah, the vampires have a vampire count.
A vampire.
Vampire. Purr.
Was it a big cat?
It's a purr.
Heathcliff the vampire.
Vampire. He's Strigoi with hypnotic pendant. He's an adept of shamanism, paired weapons, blessed inscriptions, and a necromancer who was...
the inscriptions aren't separate.
No, that's a separate unit, inscriptions.
Yeah, I was just checking, yeah.
He took blessed with his vampire, and inscriptions was another unit.
Yeah.
A necromancer who was evocation, I think 2, so adept.
Okay.
30 barrel guard with full command, hand weapon shield, and the banner of Zom. That's how he spelled it. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it is.
It's the +1 to hit banner, basically.
Okay, I never remember the names of anything.
30 skeletons, full command, spears, and a flaming banner, and 7 spectral hunters.
Okay, 7 spectral hunters. Wow.
And then we had Dread Elves. Who's a prince.
We seem to have lost something.
What's that?
I see some text on the bottom.
Oh, look at that. I didn't notice that. Oh, well. Yeah. Dread Elves has a prince who's the general, a fleet master, Pegasus, paired weapons, transcendence. That's the one.
That's more like Reet Master, but okay.
It is, but it's Fleet Master.
Yeah,
it's
the font.
He has the Midnight Cloak. He has an Oracle on a horse who's an adept. Who's adept of alchemy. I already had the 1A. I can't waste another one.
Obviously.
10 Corsairs with Vanguard. 6 Dread Acolytes of Yema with a champion, which made them the Conclave. 5 more Dread Acolytes. 2 units of 5 Dark Raiders. And a Dread Reaper.
Okay. That's what that says down there.
Yeah,
Do we know what kind of spells he had with his Acolytes?
What they come with. I don't know what that unit comes with.
We get the choice of like 5 different ones, right?
Okay. Right there, if you can read those papers.
Yeah, I can't.
So there's the deployment.
I see little X's.
Again, hill building, forest, and a forest, a field, and a hill.
Okay.
Same thing again. I told him to deploy on the hill for the reroll charges if they come forward, because they decided they wanted to go first.
Was this the forward-back deployment?
It is.
Okay.
It's the attacker-defender, and the secondary was scoring units.
Okay.
So there's his guys on the hill. They're actually not quite on the hill.
Yep, carrying their building.
Carrying that big building with them. It's a big unit filler. It's bigger than the one I was using in my singles game.
And he's got, looks like 40s for his guys. Oh, I said, looks like it's all unit filler.
There's like three 40s in here, and then there's a bunch of guys in the back and a few guys in the front.
Okay.
Another unit with a few 40s in the middle.
Okay.
A few guys in the front and a few guys in the back. Dark Acolytes, 7 Hex Wraiths, or whatever they what are they called again? You remember?
Spectral Hunters.
Thank you. Spectral Hunters.
What's that thing behind him? Is that a filler also?
It's 2 more. It's a filler.
Okay.
It's Proxy Phil's army.
Yes. A lot of filler action.
Off to the right.
What I'm really liking is how he's taking his dry brush bases and using them as his movement trace.
Oh, you can't see them in the light. These are actually pictures. They're actually...
They're photos?
Yeah, they're like photos that are on this plastic.
I see. Okay.
So it's not what it appears to be from the blur. Anyway, to the right of the building is the Wizard Conclave. unit and the mage on a horse. A unit of Corsairs here in the center, and 2 units of Wild Riders. Sorry, Dread Riders, whatever they are.
Whatever they're called, yeah.
And the Dread Reaper crossbow.
Okay.
And there's our units. We're stacked up. We're going heavy right because we decided we're staying away from these 2 infantry units, which we can do absolutely nothing to.
Okay.
All cav and a big block of unbreakable infantry does not go well together. We decided early. So after vanguards, we came forward a bit, and there we go. They're going to go first, and they're moving. You can see they brought the unit
Spectral Hunters have come forward.
Spectral Hunters have come forward. The unit of Dark Acolytes moved over here to the hill to cast. They've got one of the attack spells they're going to cast at the Goblin Wolf Riders.
Did they raise some zombies there? Is that what that is?
And a unit of zombies got raised up front.
Okay.
Elsewhere on the right, he just moves around a bit. Most of his spells didn't have range at this point.
Okay.
So he's just like, oh, yeah, might as well raise some zombies. Get them out there.
All right.
They can move just as fast as everything else.
Yep.
This is a magic card he drew.
A big hand.
And big hand, because Greg's rolling some dice. So, back to our turn 1. The Wolf Riders here
Have a flank.
have a 20-inch charge to here, which is an 11.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if I fail, I'm here. And even if he tries to charge me, I can
You'll
flee.
run away, yeah.
Why not try it?
Yep.
You know? So they do that. And I think that was the only charge we tried, and they made it.
Oh, wow.
I'm still not sure about this. Because he's got the guy on back has 2 attacks, and then he's got a horse.
Yeah, yeah.
That probably is better than my 4 goblins and their horses.
Probably. Wolves.
Wolves. Whatever. Wolves, horses. We were able to stop his spell, the damage spell. So the Wolf Riders circled around back behind the guys on the hill.
Acolytes.
Dark Acolytes. And I am within 8 inches of the other unit as well. The big unit of zombies. I mean, skeletons. Just trying to slow things down with march blocks because there's not much else they're going to be doing in this game.
Okay.
From what I was seeing. We come forward on the right-hand side. Boar Boy's on the far right. You can see him move quite a bit forward. And I just threw my unit out there in front of him. It's like, here it is. The guy in the Dark Pegasus. He's good. He does the multi-wounds, which really is not going to hurt me.
Doesn't affect you any. Yep.
But I'm like, fine, come forward and kill him if you want, and the 2 units on the hill can countercharge him.
Right.
Now, he's been putting everything he has into this unit of Grail Knights, and he's killed 4 of them to this point. On the first 2 turns of shooting.
As far as shooting and magic.
Shooting and magic, yep. So there you go. So I charged into the flank. He did nothing to me with the Wolf Riders, and I did nothing to him. I have a charge and a flank, and he stands. So that was unfortunate.
Where he didn't maximize when he faced you?
He turned to face me and elected. He had to touch me with 4.
Yeah.
Because I was touching 4, and that's as much as he did.
He didn't maximize. That's what I'm saying.
He did not. He chose not to maximize because he wanted to be as far back towards the back of the board as possible.
Oh, okay.
Elsewhere, you can see the acolytes have turned around and faced backwards.
Looking at the hill.
They've got one of their spells is direct. I mean, direct.
Right.
But not line of sight.
Right.
So he just came around. He came forward. He actually failed his march test.
Oh, okay.
And couldn't get very far forward anyway. So he came far enough forward to keep them in range, so he can cast a spell at them.
I keep seeing his little orange dice position in places. I assume they have some importance.
He was checking using those to check arcs. You
Okay.
can't see it, but the unit of Boar Boys down here on the bottom right.
Okay.
That's that orange dice is the arc of them.
Okay.
And he's fine with letting them hit the zombies or the whatever those 2 big units I want to hit.
Right.
But he wanted to keep the Spectral Hunters out of their arc.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the and the unit of knights is down here as well.
Yeah,
Forgot
okay.
about them. So there you go. The peg guy didn't want any part of my boar boys, so he hopped all the way to the back of the board.
Okay.
This fight continued, and what happened in this fight? Or is he still moving?
Nothing yet.
He's still moving.
Okay.
And there you go.
Something happened there.
That's kind of what I was worried about. I mean, the chance was to hit him in the flank.
Right.
I mean, that was the shot, and I think it was worth that shot. Because, like I said, at most he's got 3 attacks. At most he kills 3. I've got a charge and a flank. So
Yeah, and they're pretty naked too. So
yeah, that
except
gives me
for that,
2.
except for that ward save.
Except for the ward save. So,
Yeah.
but I was hoping to slip a couple through. Did not.
Yeah.
So there's where you have that. That's how that ended.
Did you run? Yes.
There he is.
But he didn't chase you.
He is running. I'm not sure what that little red dot there is for.
I don't know.
It's just something.
It's
that
been
was
there for a while.
It has. It's something that was randomly left there for some reason, because it has nothing to do with the scenario or anything. There we go. Back to our turn. The Wolf Rider does not rally. He keeps running. The Boar Boys move. These Boar Boys declared the charge. I called the war cry on this turn.
Okay.
And these Boar Boys declared the charge on the unit of Dark Acolytes that were here.
Okay.
And they fled. They're back here. So this unit moved its full 14 up to get in, or 16 up actually,
Okay.
to get within range to
You didn't do like
chase them.
You didn't do like a double charge on them. Okay.
Well, no, they were too far.
Okay.
Too far for the second charge.
No, I was wondering. I didn't see them. So
Yeah,
okay.
they're up there on the top. Would have been great if we could. There.
Yeah.
So there you have that. The Boar Boys on the far right charged into the Corsairs
Okay.
and made it. And
Rail Knights came up also.
everybody else just came
And
forward.
there's lots of movement and measuring going on.
Yep.
He's checking your flank,
Checking how far he's got to make that.
but you're hiding between the grass, so
What's that? He can't see me through the grass.
the grass is very
Well,
tall.
what he's
and
looking for is
intimidating.
he ended up being I think 15 and a half away. Or 15 and a half away, so he can't come up and touch me and back up an
Right,
inch
right.
and get back out of it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to charge me because that is my general on the edge of that unit,
Yeah. Okay.
who can and will go before them and butcher
Okay.
a few of them.
And some other knights are over here on his flank.
And everything else is pushing forward hard on the right hand flank.
Mhm.
Because again, I don't think we have anything that can deal with these 2 infantry units unless. I mean, we could pile into one, I think, if we could get it from multiple sides.
Get rid of other stuff. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be easy. Wolf Riders on the top left just came forward to keep everything within 8.
Right.
Keep those 2 units within 8
Sniff the hill.
and look at the hill. Boar Boys on the far right crush the
Searching for
Corsairs.
Sasquatch.
Crush the Corsairs and turn towards the center. And
Don't the Corsairs have AP?
they do. They killed 1 or 2 of me.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah,
I think I had 2 in the back when I went in.
it's just a good number of attacks. Yeah.
They are, but they're only strength 3
They're
attacks.
3s. That's true.
And that's kind of a tough thing.
Yeah.
Hitting me on 2s, but wounding me on 5s.
Mhm.
So we go on to turn 3. You can see that. And the Wolf Rider is serving as fleeing chaff,
Yes.
which is
It's always nice when that happens, isn't
kind
it?
of funny. So he does declare a charge at me and bounces me all the way out into this field.
Okay. Blocking somebody else.
What's that?
I guess you give something for spectral hunters to walk
So the
over
Spectral Hunters can walk over, but the zombies roll well and catch me.
and actually catch you. Okay.
So catch me and kill me here in the field. The Dark Acolytes come forward up there. Spectral Hunters into the center of the board, and he rallies his unit in the back. The other Dark Acolytes with the
Did he
mage in
send
them.
his spectral hunters over this night block down here, and that's why there's only 2.
He did not. He magicked.
Oh, okay.
He did magic and knocked them down to 2. Because they couldn't get all the way where they are.
Mm-hmm.
He just elected to come into the center of the board. It's where he can do anything he wants from that spot, really.
Right.
Dark Raiders have come up to chaff my unit of Boar Boys in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, he rallied the unit up top, the Dark Acolytes
Okay.
with the Mage in it.
But I see a lot of dead knights, so. So this unit.
The Dead Knights are just getting shot in
Yeah,
Magic.
and the Grail
Because he's
Knights-
got Alchemy, I believe.
Right. He had 2 spells for alchemy.
Yeah,
it
he's
looked
got Alchemy. He's got a attack spell with the one unit.
Yeah.
And he's got the Dread Reaper back there just
Mhm.
pumping out strength 4, 6 strength 4 hits.
Right. Okay.
So it's kind of ugly. He's just chipping away at us. So that's what we have. So what do we got? The Boar Boys
Your turn charge.
in the
What's
center decide to charge the Dark. They're there. I've got to get rid of them. So they're going to charge the Dark Raiders.
that? Mm-hmm. You're hoping to get an overlap. Nope.
I couldn't. Looking back at this, I probably should have charged this guy out of the unit back here in the peg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. I could not. I remember. I thought about it. I could not do it because I'm in his front,
Yeah.
and I cannot get to his front.
Right.
That was the problem.
I just didn't know if you could wheel and then clip and hit the other guys
No. I don't think
if you
so.
were over. But yeah.
Because the best I can do is one overlap,
Right.
and even that's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
These were good players. They were very careful about that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Here in the woods, I lost a Boar Boy coming in to kill the Dread Reaper in the
Okay.
woods.
But you made it.
Yes.
And the Grail Knights went for the long charge.
The Grail Knights went for a long charge and made it.
And he stood.
as well. And he stood because fleeing meant losing him.
Yep.
That
And maybe somebody else.
and that's where we go.
Yeah, you got to think about those chain fleas when you don't have a BSB.
Yeah. Now, the other thing which I don't think he did see. Let's see if we can get a top picture of it. Yeah, I'm not going to without going all the way back. There we go. So when we did this, when he finished his turn, I don't know if he saw the fact that I was like 12 inches away from here to here,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to hit him here.
Right.
So if I hit them, I've got that, and I'm looking at that, and I've got an overrun there with
Yeah.
the scrap wagon. So we go forward, and we go through all this mess, which we already saw, and there's the scrap wagon charged in.
Okay, so it made it.
Yeah, so this is a unit of 3, 4, 6. This is a unit of 12 zombies. So I have a charge with the 2d6 and my 5 scrappling attacks.
Yep, you just need a big roll.
I've got to do 5 wounds more
Right.
than he does to me.
Right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I've got an overrun into the flank of that unit,
Yeah.
which I think I'll actually, don't know if I'll kill it, but I'll certainly punish it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can hit it in the front to keep that unit in the back out. Because, I can do corner to corner on the front of his unit.
Yeah.
And it keeps the unit in the back out of that fight. Meanwhile, the other thing, down here in the bottom left, you can see his knights just heading for cover.
Duck and cover.
They're done.
Okay.
There's 2 of them left. They're done. They just went out of this. Scrap wagon does make it in. Lined up perfect. And that's what he did. Left 5. Didn't do enough. And he did a wound to me.
Yeah, you didn't roll well on your impact.
Impact hits rolled very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Tied it up, and that's the end of it.
Yep.
So it was disappointing because I thought that was a really good charge.
Right.
Boar Boys in the middle should have just crushed the Dark Raiders. They're gone. The Grail Knights smashed the other ones and overran right past the guy. He had him positioned where it worked out perfect, so he couldn't hit him in the center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but okay.
Yeah, he had it lined up.
Okay.
Like I said, these guys were very good and very careful about every overrun and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Mistake I made here is not. I think I should have, after looking back, I should have about faced this unit after crushing them, knowing he's just going to fly away.
Right.
But I was hoping between these two and this one we could zone him and trap him back here in the corner.
Yeah.
Again, should have known better. Elsewhere, the Wolf Riders continue their quest to march block something every turn. He just came back up in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And that's the overall picture.
Okay.
Going into turn 4. And there's a better picture of his moving trays. You can see they're actual pictures. Not willing to leave well enough alone. These two guys running for the cover on the bottom left. This unit does not want to let him go, so they're going to pursue him.
Okay.
Actually, this is the one with the. Now that I think about it, this is the unit with the champion in it to make it the Wizard Conclave.
Okay.
The other one had the wizard in it. That's how it was casting.
I see. So he just wants to zap him.
Right.
And he moved his guys through the yeoman, I guess.
The Hex Wraiths. The Hex Wraiths clipped the Spectral Hunters. Yes, thank you. The Spectral Hunters, I believe, clipped the units of knights in the top right. Yeah, there's 9 knights in that one on the top right. Okay. They were able to clip from where they are. They were able to clip them and end up there.
Okay.
Because all they do is have to put one over them.
Right.
It's no longer all of them.
So they got rid of 2 knights.
So they got rid of 2 knights between the ward saves and bad rolling from his part. So we have that. The guy on the Pegasus decided the best way out was through a unit.
Sure, why not?
And charged into the Boar Boys, crushed them and overran. Which again leaves my unit sitting there in the middle with nothing to do.
I got nothing to do.
The only charge we have on our turn, of course, is the 5 yeomen into the back of the Hex Wraiths, which I don't think is going to go well.
Probably not.
The unit down here on the bottom left magicked off the 2 remaining knights.
Okay, and his turn.
Which picked up a scoring unit, another scoring unit, a second scoring unit for him.
I assume his were the infantry.
He had the 2 infantry blocks
and the
Corsairs, which we killed, but him killing that unit there evened the score on. I'm sorry, put him up on the score of scoring units.
Okay.
That, and so our turn, we just moved away from the Hex Wraiths. They can if they march, they can hit anything they want.
Right.
If they can't, they're stuck. What the? Am I going backwards?
Seems so.
Yeah, I am. Okay. So there we go. We separate.
It's the other button.
It's the other button. The forward button.
Full of odds.
So the scrap wagon kills the zombies down to 1.
Okay.
Got that going for us.
Yeah. You should get no points for that unit.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Moving on to turn 5 on his. He decides he's had enough of the scrap wagon, doesn't want to risk losing his last zombie, so he charges into the other unit with the other unit.
There you go. Doesn't want to give you 0 points.
Correct. Spectral Hunters just clipped that unit on the top again. I think killed 2 more.
Looks like
and just backed up a bit. The Boar Boys come forward. Grail Knights over here on the left just come forward. We're just, if we can get them, if the only thing we can do now is if he does
a multi-charge on.
If he does something dumb and lets us get a multi-charge off on something.
Yeah.
And like I said, these guys weren't bad players, so it wasn't going to help. The Dark Acolytes flip back around, finally getting ready to deal with my Wolf Riders.
Or the Grail Knights.
Well, we like to think it was the Wolf Riders.
Yeah.
Charge here, he smashed. Should have killed my chariot, my scrap wagon, I believe. Nope, I guess not.
Not yet. I guess we're not that far yet.
Pick up the dice.
There you
go. So he killed that, turned back in to face the board, center of the board. What he's got is he's made sure he's within 14 as well of the boar riders down the bottom right, because he's trying to entice me into the forced charge.
Right.
Which I make my check and don't do. The guys up on the top left, the Dark Acolytes, did target the Grail Knights, surprise, over the Wolf Riders. And therefore, did that.
And the Wolf Riders panicked? Or just moved, or is this your move?
This was my move. The Wolf Riders just said, we're getting out of here.
Okay.
Boar Riders up on the top said, we're never going to get the charge we want. Turn the face off to the...
Who's his infantry up front?
What's that?
What's this infantry up front? Looks like zombies.
It does.
What is it?
It's skeletons.
Just regular skeletons?
Yes.
So they're,
Spears, I think.
so the other guys are the big guys?
The other guys are the big ones. Correct.
Oh, okay. All right.
So again, like I said, we could punish. We might be able. I don't think we could get through either one of these units in a turn.
Are you in the front or the flank with your
Front.
horse?
The
On the
ones on the
side?
bottom right are in
Yeah.
the front.
Oh, okay. Look like the
What
flank.
before this is his turn. He's moved and put me
Okay.
back in the flank. But at this point, not worried about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So actually, this was our turn, and I moved back
Okay.
because I made my check and
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to go. We're trying to. You can see the units just kind of circling around. We can't catch the hex wraiths. I'm sorry, the
Spectral hunters.
spectral hunters.
They might have.
We're shooting at them. We did a wound to one.
Okay. That's just luck. Yeah.
Yeah, just getting it through. I mean, they have a 3-up ward save. It's
Yep.
6-up armor and 3-up ward. It's tough to get through.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you can see he's just dancing around us at this point. They've got the game. They've got the secondary objective, and now there's just not. He's doing a smart thing. He's not engaging, which he doesn't have to.
Right. You have to.
And we have to, and we're mobile and being outmaneuvered.
Yeah.
It's not working out well for us.
Yeah.
But on the final turn, he decided, why not?
What the hell?
And this big guy came in, smashed a boar rider, and that's where it ended.
You didn't smash him.
We didn't smash him. Okay. So it ends up they got 1,958 points. We got 1,270. That was a 680 point win to them, which was a 12-8. And again, like I mentioned before, that 3-point swing for the objective.
Yep. Which is
huge.
Which is really a 6-point swing, but okay.
So the 12-8, yes, 6-point swing. But the 12-8 became a 15-5.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, they handled us fairly well.
Well, it looked okay earlier.
It was looking okay early. And again, had that charge from the Wolf Riders not made it in, then we lose most of the points that we've gained here, because that tied him up in the center where we could get to him.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, had that charge not made it in, we lose a lot of the points that we did get, I think.
Yeah.
So, anyway, again, had the other scrap wagon, when it smashed into zombies, rolled decent, got through the zombies into the side of that other unit. Maybe that changes it the other way. Who knows?
You'd got a few points for that, but yeah.
Yeah. And kind of changes things, because that unit was the one that got our second scoring unit.
Yeah.
Which gave them the objective. Anyway, that was a major play, I thought. Anyway.
But it's tough having two big blocks that are with their characters that you can't get to.
Correct.
Those are point sinks, so, you know.
Yeah, big point sinks that we can't get.
Hard to overcome that.
Yeah. And the other guy flying around dodging us all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, a 12-8 wouldn't have been bad. 15-5 is bad.
Yep.
We finished with a 20, a 5, and a 9. We finished right in the middle of the pack.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't check the final standings, but from everybody I talked to, we were right in the middle.
Okay. At least you didn't get tabled like the first game.
I did get completely tabled in the first game.
The Orcs, that is.
The Orcs did. But we got 9 points out of that game.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway. Well, Equitaine did.
Greg did.
Yeah.
Thanks, he was there. The one poor guy. The one thing he did in this was at one point he declared a charge on the Dread Reaper. Right. And the guy says, "I'm going to stand and shoot," and rolled his dice, rolled to hit, rolled to wound. Greg made his saves, failed, picked up a knight, and I looked at him and said, "Put it back. It can't stand and shoot." Anyway, these guys were fun to play. Okay. I had a great time playing these guys. Anyway, that's going to do it. They smashed us. Thanks for listening.
End of day one.
End of day one.
Till next time.